So you did try out for both of our collegiate teams. Looking back, being that you were a self-taught dancer and that you only been to a studio once, do you think you were actually prepared for those tryouts? Welcome back to Macy V-TV. I am Macy Vessell, the founder of Clear the Air and Macy V-TV broadcast brand. And today we have Niyah Angelle. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So y'all, her real name is Niyah LaCour, but why do you go by Niyah Angelle?
I go by Niyah Angelle. I feel like it's more, easier for them to remember me by, and then on top of that, it's like my brand.
So Angelle, why not Angel? Like, what was the difference between those two?
My mama chose to pronounce it that way. She gave me, that's my middle name. So, yeah.
Oh, that's your middle name. So it's Niyah Angelle LaCour.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that Angelle just came out of nowhere like,
that's
Angel.
my middle name.
So what age were you when you started dancing?
I was 3, 4. And it's like not specific because I didn't, start off in the studio. It was just something that I was blessed with. Like, it was a God-given talent. My grandpa would always come all the way from El Paso, Texas, and he'll come visit us, and he will always let me know. When I was a baby, I was always on my toes. Like, he told
my
me
brother's
that,
on his toes. I wonder if he's gonna be a dancer.
that was crazy. They always knew I was going to dance.
So did you know that you was gonna be a dancer, or you was just like, I'm just a kid, being on my toes, just having fun?
I feel like I found something I like to do. At the time, that was known as a hobby. But, I never really, planned it, but I realized I liked it a lot. So I always did it.
So did you ever go to a studio? Not even just in your younger days, but growing up as a dancer?
Okay, I would say the first time I ever been to like a class, something that I'm being taught, we had something in the community at our community center. It was a little ballet class. It was something just to have for the community. The only thing I remember learning was the 1 through 5th positions of your feet.
Yeah.
So it was just, something for the community. But as time progressed, I always was just teaching myself how to dance.
So now that we got some backstory, let's get into it. You are the it dancer on campus right now, and I can gladly say that because anytime somebody needs a dancer, where's Niyah Angelle? Thank you. Let me get her on the phone. So where did the whole journey of being Southern's it dancer begin?
Well, I'll say it began kind of last semester. But, I tried for teams before, so I already was kind of active as far as dancing. But, honestly, let me take that back. I feel like my first, succeeding with dancing is in the rec center. And I say that because I meet people, and just from that, it distinguished into something else, that's prolonged. I could go up in there and I'll meet people, we'll dance together, and then one day they just hit me up if they need something. So that's what I would say the most effectful, time ever, just going in a rec.
So you did try out for both of our collegiate teams. Looking back, being that you were a self-taught dancer and that you only been to a studio once, do you think you were actually prepared for those tryouts?
I would say yes and no.
And why?
The reason I would say yes because I felt like to say that I taught myself how to dance and I got myself this far, it should show that I really, want it. I want to dance because I am passionate about it. Nay, because at one point I wasn't in it anymore, because I was still struggling with my mentality about it, because I have been teaching myself for so long and I always feel like I'm just so behind and I'm not reaching where I need to be. But, now I'm getting older, I'm just learning patience.
Was it time that you wanted to give up?
Yes.
I'm not making collegiate teams. I'm just here on campus basically dancing in the rec, so I might as well just give up now. How was those times that you wanted to give up but you kept going?
It was very, I wouldn't say depressing, but kind of, because I don't really get that upset, but it was really a low moment for me because that's something that's just like I said, it was a hobby, but I learned that it's something that is more than a hobby to me. Like, so when I work this hard and, you know, I do this by myself, it's just like, dang, when it's gonna come? But, you know, like I said, now it's just, I'm getting older and I'm understanding now that maybe it's not my time yet. But yeah.
So this is like an honest question. But since you were at both tryouts for both teams, do you feel like it's some discrimination within the tryouts? Or do you think the girls that deserve to be on the team are on the team?
Honestly, I feel like the girls that's on the team belong there. Like, you know, everything happened for a reason. Like, God allows stuff to happen, whether it's a, you know, a no or a yes. I really feel like he do things for a reason. Like, I feel like that's why I'm here today, because all he does is push me. I was absolutely like proud of the people who did made it, because it was very like nerve-wracking, you know, that you're going against best and stuff. So I'm like actually proud of the girls for like persevering. Like, that's amazing. I love seeing women achieve, like, period.
So since we're talking about perseverance, you tried out for the team, you didn't make it, but the Kayla Pittman reached out to you and wanted her.
Girl.
She wanted you in her video. So how was that? Did she reach out to you? Did she find you on Instagram? Like, how did the journey go?
Well, actually, I have a dancing brother. His name is Raymond Turner. He's a great choreographer.
Raymond Turner. Oh, he's the one when you was like,
Yes.
And Tamika was in the back. Hey, girl.
Yes, it's him. He's an amazing choreographer. He's been dancing for a long time. He's like my brother. He's like a mentor to me. As soon as I did my first visual with Trent Dati, that's when I knew that was my time to really continue doing what I've been doing. Like, let's create this Niyah Angelle effect. So right after that, that's when Raymond hit me up about the gig. He would put me on. So that happened, and it really did good. Like, that was just great.
Was it a whole turnaround moment? Like, I'm really with the Kayla Pittman right now.
It was like, wow, like
I made it.
I'm dancing along somebody I really looked up to. Like, she's the reason why I ever tried out for dolls. She was just different. Like, a less is more effect. I love that. And then she was a leader. You know, the things that you describe about her, like before meeting her, is literally her in real life. So that was satisfying to feel. Then it was like so chill. Like, I really enjoyed the gig a lot.
So when we talk about gigs, you are the pageant girl. Literally, the last two pageants that you have performed in, the people that you performed with won. So a lot of people look at you as the golden ticket to a victory when it comes to talent. So how do you feel about that?
That is really overwhelming, because I really didn't know I had so much love like that. It was just overwhelming, honestly. But I'm very appreciative of it. Very.
So let's talk about last night. Niyah, you were battling in the stance, child, and I never seen you battle. Because actually, I used to go on your Instagram when you would post like battle scenes, and people would have to hype you up to battle. So what in your mind last night was like, let me battle right quick? Like, was anybody telling you, Niyah, go get it, go get it?
No, I just felt it that night. I felt it. But
and you was in all black. I was like, oh, the devil coming out, child. So were you expecting like hard-hitting dancers? Because, you know, I didn't go against Niyah, because I was like, Niyah.
She did, and I like that.
This is exactly what we did when we hit them splits and got up. I said, y'all got powerhouse retirement. But do you think you're the golden ticket to pageants? Not even just to win, but when people are at a pageant and they're waiting for talent, they're like, we're going to see Niyah dance. Like,
I would say I like it on a level to see that I actually am doing what I'm supposed to do. To see that I'm actually doing what God called me to do is just everything to me. I wouldn't really necessarily say a golden ticket. I would just say, you know, it's just really, it just felt like a very achieved moment to hear that, you know, from people wanting me to, you know, share my craft with them. It's a lot. Like, that just make me feel good about what I'm doing, basically.
Do you think the dancers that aren't a part of collegiate teams on campus are very underlooked? And why do you think that?
There are so many people like that are talented. It's just so many, you know. And every team have their reasons and stuff, and I can't do nothing but respect that. That's just their stuff. So, but to see them not proceeding in the talent, you know, that's why I always speak on the reg. Like, I meet people I like to, when I see somebody dance, like my friend Jade, she's like so amazing, so I try to push her, you know. Like, I mean, I wouldn't force anyone, but like, you know, I don't like to see when no one is literally doing something about it, like, because it's not the end of the world. If you don't make it, you just keep going.
So since we talked about helping students, you actually hosted your first dance class. So how did that go for you?
That went really well. It was I already teach for a team in Gonzales. But it's different when you're teaching different age groups. So I would say this like my first like official professional dance class. I really enjoyed it. It was a great vibe. It was just everything.
Chris, you have a question?
You should ask this.
You know, I was thinking about So a question from Chris. What's your opinion on male dancers and the festive stereotype they usually have on campus? That actually was a good question because I was about to ask you because the boys were battling last night. And a lot of people, when they see the boys, they were like, turn the music off, you know, change the song. We don't want to see it. But when the girls are up, it's like, you know, yeah. So what do you think about the stereotype about male dancers on campus?
Honestly, I wouldn't even think they would be negative. I never heard any negative comments about it because the people around me, they love to see them. Like, there's a lot of them that was behind me that I actually deal with in the rec. Like, we always link up. They in there, oh, let me go in their room. And
y'all was doing the same catch-alls. I was like, oh, they practiced this beforehand, child. I don't think I'm prepared yet.
I love it. Like, they just bring a different type of energy. The guys really next up, honestly. They are so creative. They are so hungry for just being artistic and creative. So for them to come up behind me, it was just bringing out their energy. So I feel like that's really unnecessary. Like, we all should have the freedom to do that, you know, to do stuff like, you know, your television, the dance teams and stuff that's on campus. We should all strive to do something that we love to do.
So I know a lot of HBCUs have dance organizations. We don't have one. I think we used to, but that was before we hit the bluff. So do you think you will ever make a dance organization for students before you leave campus?
I really would, like, in my future, like, for my future, I have so many plans, but as of right now, I'm learning to, like, kind of slow it down a little bit. I've been really focusing on myself, like, more than ever. That was my plan since my birthday video release. Like, I was just...
The haircut. Ooh, the haircut.
Yes.
The haircut. Yes. I'm gonna put a video right here, y'all. The haircut. that was the it, girl. It really was.
Yeah, that moment I cut my hair, I was just so serious to be on something different about myself. Like, it wasn't just the whole legal situation. It was just a whole different mentality, goal, just, you know, mindset, everything that I do. And I literally smashed some goals this semester, you know, and there's more coming, you know, like, I'm just really grateful, honestly.
Because I was talking to my friend, and I was talking about your journey, because I remember I used to watch you post videos of, like, you in your backyard, or you downtown, like, you know, simple challenges to becoming in, you know, videos and pageants and being called for big-time producers, like, I'm really proud of you. I really am.
Vice versa.
And I don't think I ever had like this genuine like I'm proud of you moment, but I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
So when it comes to camera, before we started, you was kind of nervous, but when you're on stage, you're this whole, I guess, Sasha Fierce. So where does the confidence come in?
I don't know why. I have to get used to the camera, but with dancing, it's just my comfort zone. It really is. I just know that I'm gonna do my very best.
And would you say that dance is a piece of art, like craft?
Definitely.
Because a lot of people will be like, dance is a way to express yourself, but they don't label it as art.
I will label it as art because I guess they never heard of Alvin Ailey.
Oh, let's educate the girls.
Yeah, let's educate. Let's go into history. You know, he's the dominant the black male who created a dance studio for modern art. Like, dancing with your body, you're making art. Like, he would have a piece called The Heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, and having the dancers to like depict what he's trying to tell him. He used to go through like picking cotton with his mama, you know, way back then, like had to go through segregation. His studio had Chinese, white, black, like he created not only art like as visually but physically, like spiritually in different ways. Like he was absolutely amazing. So yes.
That's really good.
Yes.
So before we get into the final things, what's your favorite genre and category of dance?
Oh, I love jazz because that's me. Like I'm just spicy.
So what exactly is jazz? Because a lot of people, when they hear jazz, they think about, you know, trumpets and all that kind of stuff. What is what is jazz?
Jazz is it's a like a composure where it's more upbeat. It's a little bit of mod, and like you literally have more fierceness. Like you just, it's a very upbeat rapper where you just literally have ball of energy. Like that's what jazz is to me. Like I just never feel so expressive with being like myself. Like when it's my persona, and on top of that, the style matching is just perfect, a perfect duo.
So I know a lot of dancers, when it comes to their bodies, they have like insecurities on their journey. Did you ever have any body insecurities?
Yeah, I really did. I kind of do because I feel like it kind of destroys my process of training. I'm bow-legged, and you know I don't have like the prettiest leg holds or you know splits, leaps. It looks weird a little bit. So yeah.
So when you perform, do you try to be all the way perfect with every hit, like foot, leap, or do you just try to leave it all on the dance floor?
I leave it all on the dance floor.
I can tell, because you took them braids yesterday, and you said, and I said, oh, baby, she is cutting up.
Sometimes I be having to control myself because once I'm in my route of expression, that's it. Like, I don't care.
Like, we unleash the beast, basically.
You know, I'm not a perfect dancer. I taught myself how to dance. I don't know every you know, detail yet, and I will one day. I cannot wait to be taught, you know. But at the same time, it's some things I do need to clean up on. But to say that I pushed myself this far, I just let all that out, everything I work for and what I love to do.
That was nice. Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
So before we wrap up, I do have one more question. So this is your time to give advice for the girlies, the boys who dance, who go through things, trials, not making teams, you know, anything, a word of advice that you can give right now to those people.
I would say never ever give up. You know, no's could be a block in the road for a reason to prevent you to be in something that God didn't want you to be around. Like, don't ever give up on yourself, no matter how hard it is. Trust me, I know. Like, always push yourself, no matter what. That's awesome.
Oh, beautiful words from Niyah Angelle. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you.
I'm very excited because you're actually my first dancer. You're my first dancer on the show, so it was interesting to see because so many people be like, dancers go through so much and you would never know it.
They'll never understand.
Because all people really view y'all sometimes as a dancer. Like, if you're not on stage, what are you here for?
Right.
So I'm glad to hear some backstory on you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you everyone for watching Macy V-TV. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and follow all my social medias in the description box below, and we'll see you next time.